Well, the wife's finally left me yet again, guys. That's right, I'm Jack Jones. It's me and the Black Panther. That girl is stealing an absolute living. Does absolutely chuff all daytime. Oh, dear me. Well, just because the missus is away doesn't mean that Lee will play. Been a busy boy. First off, guys, I've got to go and check on the chickens, collect some eggs. And we're up to 5 eggs a day now. I was out here yesterday streaming all this. It was about 2 foot deep. We finally had some rain for 3 days non-stop, which was a bit of a challenge with the goats. So yeah, I was struggling to get the trolley down here. Toon's been cutting some napier down there. I'll show you that section of the farm a little bit later. I can hear a bike. Don't know whether that's the missus. She's down the hospital. She hasn't fallen off a bike or anything, thank God. It's her 4-monthly blood test for a thyroid. Hello, girls. All doing very well. Oh, there's 6 here. That's good in 2 senses. That one, the snake hasn't eaten one, and hopefully they've been laying eggs. We've still got one that's going a little bit. The old egg GPS is a bit out. The water feeder doing very, very well. They've already been fed this morning. Doing awesome. Still a little bit early, but there's the second. I can see another one over the other side. Here we go. We don't count Toon's plastic eggs. So that's 3 for mid-morning. They're a good size, as you can see. Very happy with them. Yeah, we say we're getting 5 nearly every day now, so that's brilliant. Someone's not pulling the weight though, so as soon as I find out who that is, we'll be having a chat, otherwise it'll be and in the pan. Only joking, girls. Keep going. This was some of the raking up that I gave them this morning. Right, we'll go and put these eggs back at the house. I need to pick up a bottle of milk for little Waffle. There we go, that'll keep her going for a couple more hours. She's like a little gannet. Excuse my clothes errors. This is all for my strimming. I trimmed this yesterday. Flipping limes everywhere, but you can see it's, well, this, I think this will demonstrate the growth of our orchard. This is absolute bonker. I don't think I've seen such vigorous growth since we've been here. And it's all food for the goats and the chickens, and brilliant for chop and drop. Well, we do rake it up, but we obviously, you miss loads when you rake stuff up, so it's it all adds to the organic matter that's being laid down on the ground, doesn't it? So it's an ongoing process, but you can see there's still lots and lots to do. This was trimmed a few days before, as was over there, and this morning I was just clearing there, so I've got to rake that up. These days, folks, we're proud to say that we feed the whole herd from what we produce here on the farm. Toon doesn't have to go off the farm anymore to get in, which is the Lucina for them. We do have Lucina, you can see some in the background there. We do have that growing spasmodically. No, that's not the right word, whatever. Sporadically, I don't know. Here, there and everywhere on the farm. So we just mix it in, mainly with the napier grass, which we've got growing. We've got it all cleared in here. Well, not all cleared, but I would say about 80%. I'll show you in there. And then they get tidbits, just like all the different types of grasses, weeds, the climbing weeds, like the vines they really like. Old palm branches like here, when they get a little bit older, they go brown. Ones that are getting snapped off in the storms or bitten by bugs along the branch, and then once you get a bit of a wind, then it bends them over. But you can see the Lucina in there. I've got a little bit of footage of Toon clearing in there. I'll dig it out and I'll probably put it in now. She's done incredibly well. Before, she was spending an hour and a half on each trip and 2 trips a day getting the Lucina. You can see the palm branches here. This is a typical sort of like state of play that we would chop these off. some bananas growing here, there and everywhere. So all down this road here, which was all moon rock, this has been cut by hand with a scythe, and now I just want to go over it with the strimmer, keep it nice and short. If we let the goats out here, they'd love it, but Toon doesn't like letting them out because they'd be straight into there, and you can see it's quite clear from Napier now. There's just a little bit over in the background and then that's all clear, but I'd like to get the whole herd in there to mow everything down, but Toon doesn't want them in there, otherwise they'll eat the fresh shoots of Napier. But we've got so much. So the last 3 days Toon has been in here. You can see the Napier in the background there. It was all like that right up to here. It grows back so quickly. They're busy cutting the first harvest of eucalyptus next door. So had the chainsaws going for 3 days there. Yeah, they look at all this. So all the woody stuff just gets chopped and dropped here. Again, this was all excavated. I don't know whether you could call it soil. It's clay, sand and rock, and gradually each time we cut it, so we're cutting this about 4 times a year. This hasn't been in that long, probably about 2 years now. Each time we harvest it, we chop and drop this amount, and this goes back, oh, I would say another 80 yards or so. There's a few more palm trees in there. There's a few people taking a break on the road just the other side of the gate. Palms are looking good. Bamboo's just about finished the new shoots now, so although we're getting rain, the season's been quite short this year. Right, let's get down to the island. It's been a real struggle. 3 days of non-stop rain and so many baby kid goats, so we're up to 9 now. I've got a very special one to show you in a minute. Well, I know they're all special, but the mum is, well, my favourite, so some of you will know who I mean. But yeah, we've only got one that's an issue, and that's Waffle. The mum has got milk, DJ, but she hasn't taken to it very well. She's not too bad if we hold her and we put her on the udder, but of course daytime it's quite hard to catch her all the time, so we just keep topping Waffle up with this. But we're very wary of taking Waffle out of the herd. It'll be, some of you might remember Lucky and Lovely. They ended up like pets, and night time the others would take exception to it, like, well, you're nothing special, so we'll give you a bit of a smack. So it was yeah, we try not to sort of like segregate them if at all possible. If they're really sick and weak, then, or they just need a sort of like, I don't know, ICU. We tried to save one the other week, brought them into the house, try to save them, but it didn't happen. So we've got, what, nine births. No, we had 12 births. 3 didn't make it. 2 of those were twins. So it's about part of the course, that is. Right, here we go. Look, it's like a desert out here now. Feast or famine. Right, I need to get out the sun before the old camera packs up. Hopefully we've not had, hang on, I'm wobbling the camera. I'm going left-handed. All right, Money, how you doing, girl? Right, hopefully we've not had any more births while I've been back at the house, mainly because with it being so hot, if the nanny gives birth out in full sun, then if you're not out here quick enough, they'll just cook. They can't hack full sun for very long. We're looking all right. Looking all right. Look at all these. Flipping go. Here she is. All right, Waffle. Minute girl. Minute girl. She's so needy. Should have called her Toon. Brave when she's not here, aren't I? Right. Well, that's good. Hang on. Where's Beauty? There she is. I can see her backside from here. All right, girl. Oh. Are we? Are we? Oh, I'm just asking. Right, missus, I want to see. Good girl, Creamy. That Skywalker with her. How are we doing, Jessica? Hey? Johan is still the biggest by far. Cool, it is hot, isn't it? Hey? It is hot. Thankfully everyone's under cover. Right, before we feed Waffle. Alright, Jasmine, you'll get picking up a bit now, aren't you? Alright, whatever. Natasha, I need that seat. Here she is, folks. Light of my life, apart from two. Brownie. Hey girl, hey? Hey? How's that? Look at him. He's huge. He is huge. Well done, eh? Well done. And to think we were starting to doubt you, eh? I need to get me out of me noggin's cooking. Yeah, when I say started to doubt Brownie, the last kid she had, a dragon. Hang on a minute. He struggled a bit and he was quite small. Now, it didn't help that last time we did experiment a bit and we took 3 kids away from their mums about 3 or 4 weeks earlier than we normally do. It's just that we were moving some others that were ready to over to the house, and we thought, oh, let's do it all in one go rather than split them up. And it was a little bit too early. They should have been on the milk a little bit longer. But there was no doubt about it. Even before we moved Dragon, Brownie's kid, he was quite small and wasn't that well set. So we thought, oh, perhaps it's time to move Brownie on. I know we had talked about retiring her, but really logistically we can't carry a goat. You know, if they're not performing, then we need space for the other ones. So we had broached the subject of moving her on the next round. But thankfully, I think she must have picked up on our conversation because she's that intelligent, and she's banged out a big boy. So Toon's called him Blackball because his nether region's black. Very original. Right, let's feed this thing. Look at the state of it. Waffle, Waffle, Waffle. All right, settle down. How cute is that, eh? All right, it's not going anywhere. Look at that little rudder going. That is gone. She would have qualified for a place on our boat race team in the rugby club. So we also used to stand in there. It used to be six of your best pint guzzlers, and you'd race against the opposite team in the bar after the match. And yeah, it was a relay. Everyone had to do 1 pint. When the first one finished, the next one would have one, and the 6th one, empty pint glass on the head to win. She would have been in that, but she'd have had to have a pint of milk, not Guinness. You got worse balance than me, which is saying something. Yeah. There's Bluebelt, Owenetta's last kid, and she's going to be ousted soon because the state of that. I think there's a baby horse in there. So Owenetta is Brownie's first daughter, and yeah, she's looking not far off. Her udder's starting to fill up. So we've just got enough birth rooms. I think if they all pop at the same time, I think we've got two spare ones. So yeah, that should be it after that for a while. We should have like a 3 or 4 week break. Did get a recent comment from one of you guys saying, oh, you should just do chickens, they're easier. Yeah, no, definitely. We did chickens a long time ago. They are a lot easier. But I don't know, you can't fall in love with a chicken, can you? But maybe you can. But yeah, 6 chickens is enough for us, just for egg production. And yeah, we're not interested in doing it as a business, really. I mean, the goats aren't a business, believe you me, at the minute. They are more like pets. Take a lot of time up for just pets, but there you go. Crayfish is our main one. Thank you, kind sir. Name The name evades me for the moment. On a previous video where I was just talking about my body was aching, and you gave me some information about taking D3, and important that you have K2 at the same time. So I did look into it, and indeed you were correct. And but I looked at natural sources of K2. Eggs, certainly pasture raised eggs. I know they aren't pasture raised, but they get food off the pasture every single day. So 4 eggs a day is your daily recommended amount of K2. Probably have 2-3 eggs a day. Pork is very high in it. I eat pork every day almost. Chicken liver, I had that last night. And I have got a little bit of blue cheese in the fridge, which I have a little bit of each week. I'm trying to eke it out till Mum and Chris get back here. So I'm all right with the K2. So my zinc arrived, but what I have done, I've dropped my D3 down, my IUs, and how long ago was that? 4 days ago? And my aches and pain, I wouldn't say they've gone, but they've definitely improved. So I think just dropping down my D3 has allowed the K2 that I do have naturally, it's caught up with it. So thanks for the info. It's brilliant, isn't it? Just someone's taken the time out to write a comment that helps. It's better than people writing crappy comments. But saying that, we get very few these days. Very few. Everyone's nice as pie on our channel. I think word's got out that if you're not, then you just get binned off. Hello Marietta. It's hard to believe you had no fur last year, isn't it, eh? Yeah, she was a twin, got the flu, lost all her hair, and look at her now. She's an absolute stunner, and quite friendly still, isn't you, Marietta? A little bit stubborn though, but that's goats, I suppose, isn't it? Goats and stubborn, hand in hand. You see at the back of the birth rooms here that you could not see daylight through there. It was all this stuff. Almost got this finished, and then I discovered a paper wasp nest, and they almost had me. But I stopped. I would have sprayed them, but Toon's using them for fishing bait. So although we haven't had time for fishing recently, so that's going to stay put for now. And once you spray them and use them for bait, I'll take the rest down. Well, if the weather stays like this today, we'll be able to get the herd out this afternoon. It did stop. Hang on a minute. What are you squeaking about, oh now? Well, if you're going to, now's the time while I'm here, girl. Hey? Isn't it? I know she's getting close because she keeps on coming up for strokes. A lot of goats are like that. Even ones that have never sort of like shown any affection towards you, when they're getting ready to kid, some of them will just come up to you. They're probably thinking, what is going on inside me? Take this alien out. Really proud of the goats. I know it might sound a little bit funny, but really proud, certainly of especially with the new goats. I mean, the first time that they've kidded. Oh, here she is again, look. Because there's no doubt about it, it's such a... I nearly put my camera tripod in the goat jelly beans. Such an ordeal for them, you know, their first time that they kid. And certainly if they're a shy goat where you struggle to get hands on them generally every day, it's quite a lot for them to deal with, the actual birth and you getting hands on them. But after that, quite often you've developed quite a strong bond with them. They seem to trust you more, and yeah, they certainly the next time they're kid, they're looking for you. Well, come on, we need to do this together again. So it's nice. It's a lovely part of raising goats, that's for sure. Seems a long time ago now that I was having to dispatch so many goats. So bad. Really challenging times they were. A lot of the lives I had to take weren't our fault, you know. It was out of our control with the poisoning. But looking back, and I've forgiven myself and Toon, you know, we got a lot of things wrong in the early years, and didn't react quick enough, or didn't have the experience to spot things quick enough, and you know, take the appropriate action. And I'd say to anyone that's going to get into livestock farming, if you get an opportunity to go and just I don't know whether it's at work alongside a farmer or just spend a day or two with them, with the livestock animals that you're contemplating and getting. You'll learn so much. And now we anyone that sends us inquiries about goats, whether or not they're going to buy a goat from us, we just say, if you want to come and learn about goats, just come here for a day. We can sort some accommodation out for you, we can feed you, but the actual training itself we don't charge. So it's surprising no one's taken us up on it. A lot of people have said, yeah, it's a great idea, but there you go. If we'd have had that opportunity, we could have saved probably 50 goats over the years. Some we couldn't have saved, but yeah, I'd say about 50 goats. It's massive, isn't it? Massive. And they're scars that you'll carry with you, mental scars. You know, I'll never forget the first goat that I had to put down. Traumatised me, never mind the goat. Yeah, so. But I'm not sure if it makes you stronger, but it certainly makes you determined to get things right. We still don't get everything right, but on the whole, I know I'm biased. I think it's a cracking looking herd, you know, and they're so healthy now. You still get the odd little thing, but it's normally, you know, someone gets a hit off another one, or the parasite load gets a little bit high, but you can see it quick. You know, that goat will be a little bit more sluggish than they normally are. They'll lag behind the other members. And biggest advice I can give anyone that's going to get into certainly goat or sheep farming, as soon as you see that, you just go and check their eyelids straight away, because over 90% of the time when there's something wrong with your goat, it's anemic. That's what it is. It's the parasite load. So if you just pull the bottom eyelid down, if it's not pink, then you know, then they need their iron and they need worming, and doing that quick enough, they're fine. If you leave it a little bit too late, they'll get a big double chin like I used to have before I came and lived out in Thailand. Yeah, and you give them the iron, give them the worming shot. We will combine it with a multivitamin booster as well, and yeah, within a day everything shrinks back down. So that's like a severe case of anemia. But yeah, just things like that. That's all. And the diet. Once you get the diet right, it's just so much easier. So much easier. It's hard, certainly rainy season, because there's, I don't know about other livestock farmers, but seeing your goats go hungry is horrible. Toon could deal with it. I can't stand seeing hungry goats, but juggling it with the rain, you know, and you think, oh, is the rain gonna come? Oh, okay, we got half an hour now, let's get the herd out. You just get them out, they start eating, and then the heavens open and your whole herd gets wet. They get cold, then they get a bit of flu, and as soon as they get a runny nose, they can't smell anything, so then they don't eat the food, then they get air in the stomach, and that's probably the second biggest killer, getting bloat. So I suppose now we get probably 2 cases of bloat a year. You can spot it quickly. Deep massage. They normally burp and fart, or crap in your flip-flop, like one of our goats, Heidi, did to me. Diarrhea straight into my flip-flop. If you just look at the angle of Owenetta, that is not too dissimilar how they lay. We're gonna start pushing. She's probably just been waiting for Uncle Lee to tip up, hasn't she? Either that or she's just like me, really hot. We'll see, won't we? It's good to get a lot of these births out of the way daytime. We can get them all cleaned up, and then come night time we get them into the house and locked away from the others, and it's a lot easier. Nighttime births are the issue. So if someone's just about to go in labour, then it means you're going to have a late night. You've got to stay up with them, and then once everything comes out, you've got to clean the rooms, and then quite often change the rooms as well. But we'd still settle for that rather than them giving birth during the night when we're not there. You know, when you come here in the morning, you can hear a squeaking in the morning. You're like, oh my god, I hope they're all right. Make sure that the legs haven't gone through the slats in the floor. Although Toon does go round and check each birth room, make sure that the holes aren't too big. You do get some, they're so slippery when they come out, and yeah, you get the odd leg go through. But just everything seems to work really well now, and although we've had 3 losses out of this batch of kids, that's just the way it rolls. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. It's lovely. It's siesta time. Look. Serena having a little scratch on the fence. Trixie in the corner there just having a break from her little kid we've called Tommy. There's Spot and her kid at the bottom there, getting some downtime. Behind there's Lily. Jessica having a break from her kid. Creamy having a break from her kid. Snoopy, who's Gypsy's girl. Some of you remember Gypsy. But they're all having a bit of downtime. But if I came in here with a handful of corn, they'd absolutely smash me to pieces. Corn and goats, oh my god. Yeah, it's or a bucket full of palm nuts. Anyone that we don't like on a farm stay, we're like, can you give the goats some farm nuts, and just give them a bucket of palm nuts and open the gate, shut it behind them. Just get absolutely mobbed by them. Yeah. Soon got quite a nasty bite from a goat years ago. From there was an old goat called BB, nicknamed her BB, which was short for bunny boiler, because she looked like a right nut. She'd had her horns cut off before we got her. She looked like a right piece of work, but actually a nice goat. Goats have only got the bottom teeth, and they got like a really hard abrasive pad on the top. I wouldn't say it's abrasive, but it can grip the grass and stuff. And Toon was out in the, well, we're on another farm, and the farmer come over and said, look, we've had all the corn, the machine come in, and we've picked up all the bits of corn that the machine's missed. If you want to put your goats in there, it's good for them, and it fertilise their land a little bit and eat some of the weeds. And Toon was picking up the corn that she was finding, and she didn't see BB coming behind, and as she put her hand out, BB grabbed her hand, and such a deep cut on her finger. The bite power of a goat is pretty immense. But even that little thing there, that'll have the skin off your legs. They like it's like having a potato peeler going across your skin. Yeah, they dig the bottom teeth in and sort of like pull it up your skin. It does tingle. What are you doing, girl? Yeah, I know. Spot, you don't fit in there, girl. Do you? You're one of our older girls now, aren't you, eh? Not as old as Brownie, but not far off. Good girl. Always gives us strong kids, Spot. So although she barks like a dog, she's quite a good guy. Toon didn't really like her, I do. And she's got lovely horns as well, look at that. So we're mates now. But her and Toon hate each other. But she's so shouty, isn't she? So loud. Have you ever noticed that about Toon? She's quite loud, isn't she? I can't diss her too much. She bought me a new hat. The other one was falling to bits. I got 2. But this time of year, it's so sweaty. I have to use the 3 hat system, same as my t-shirts. You taking the pee out of me, my fashion. I had to wear 3 t-shirts a day and just rotate them, keep on putting them out. I solarise them, try and dry them out and kill all the bacteria before we put them back on. I could literally have 10 showers and wear 10 tops a day. It is absolutely ridiculous, guys. Right, one final check before I start heading back. Can't believe the battery's still all right. It normally cooks. Oh dear me. Oh, I had an email last night. I don't know if it's a scam or not. company asking me if we wanted a wireless AI driven wireless mic to go with the old vlogging equipment. It's like, yeah, all right then. So we'll see. They're probably going to ask for my bank account. So yeah, you never know, do you? Also got day before yesterday, we got a free camping torch, which doesn't sound very posh. You wait till you see it. It is absolutely mint. So it's quite complex how to use it though. So I was having a play with that yesterday. I've got my head around all the settings, and we're going to be doing a video in the not too distant future that'll involve some nighttime action. So we'll use it on that, and we'll see what we reckon, eh? Yeah, some companies are reaching out to us. It doesn't happen all that often. I think it's to do with all our swearing, or toon swearing. You're still bad on your back leg, aren't you? Eh? You're still bad on your back leg. It's a shame, because she's such a lovely goat. Such a lovely goat. Well behaved. Good mum. Good size. But yeah, if she doesn't fix herself soon, we might have to let her go. And like you, Lily, well, you're one of her kids, aren't you? Big girl as well. Not very friendly though. Can you hear that racket over there? We moved out into the middle of nowhere, rural Thailand, to get away from all that racket. Never mind. Look. Watch this. Bloody liberty. I am not your father. No. I like baby goats, but they're flipping time me out. Look at the lake. Fish bob bab everywhere, as Toon says. No time to fish. Well, we could fish, but the goats would go hungry. Never mind. Plenty of fishing on the horizon in October, so I don't mind at all. Keep feeding them in the same sort of place every day, so when Mum and Chris are here, we can just open a cold beer, drop a hook, and fish there all day. We'll get some more umbrellas, and yeah, we're gonna give it some bashing this time around. Definitely. That's something I did mention in the previous video, I think, or the one before that, about the fence pond in October. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, we have the fence pond of certain death. This is where the reticulated python that ate our goose cockbird is a big old boy, and we never managed to catch the python. We did manage to relocate the two Burmese python, biggest one just over 3 meters, another one was 2.5 meters. But yeah, the reticulated python was even bigger, and maybe he's still in here. So that big powerful water pump that I showed you in the other video, we're going to hook it up here. We're going to get it set up the night before, I think, and then I'm going to probably put the alarm on for silly o'clock, come down here, start it up, get it pumping into the lake, and then hopefully by mid-morning we're going to get in there. God knows what we're going to find. We know we've got Mekong catfish in there. Don't know how big they are. They will be a little bit stunted. Got a lot of Sawai catfish. So John Harvey will definitely be watching the video for that. And then we've got at least one big giant gourami, about 6 or 7 pound. Loads of snakehead. There's tilapia, there's java barbs, there's catfish. There's all sorts in here. There's featherbacks. So we're going to have a lot of fish for the lake, and a lot of fish to eat as well. It's going to be good. We're going to be netting, and it's about 5 meters deep though. That's anything. Well, it was the last time. This hasn't been drained for, I think, about 7 or 8 years, maybe 9 years. So yeah, the fish are fat, but they're quite short. They are definitely stunted. Once we've emptied it, it's going to get restocked, but we don't know what with yet. So nothing predatory, I don't think. So probably nice stuff to go in the lake. It's not really ideal to grow crayfish in here because this does flood every year. So we will need to put a blue net all the way around, like a fine mesh net all the way around it, so that when it does flood, it floods nearly every single year, that most of the fish can't get out. There's also some marble sangobi in here. Caught one on a standing up about a year ago, quite a nice size. Yeah, there's a few of them in here. They always find their way in here. It's so low that as soon as you get heavy rains, a lot of the snakehead come in from nearby rice paddies. Same with the climbing perch and walking catfish. That's going to be some epic day. It's going to be hard work. We might have to knock a ladder together, like a bamboo ladder or something, and just put it down the side, because it's about a 45-degree slope going in there. And say, with it being 5 meters deep, if you're trying to pull out 20-30 pound of fish every time or so, I reckon the Mekongs are around about 20 pound. I should say 20-25 pound, but who's to know? Could be talking at me. There might be 50 pound, there might be 5 pound. Right, here's Ginger. She's going to escort me back home because she's a good girl. You're a silly chap. Oh, look at you. Oh, she's down. She's down. She's down. I was going to say, why can we never have a normal dog or cat? It's probably to do with the owner profile, I think. Right, look at the weather. Not great for doing chores in, but you can't knock it, can you? I do need some new adder flip-flops though. I don't think I could ever go back to wearing trainers and shoes and socks, things like that. Horrible, isn't it, eh? I'd rather put up with the cuts and abrasions and wear my flip-flops. Some people have said over the years, you should be wearing your work boots on the farm. I think so. Don't think so. Not a chance. I will be wearing my trainers in the pond though. And the last time we drained it, I got pinned in the buttocks from the pectoral fin off, pectoral fin off one of the catfish. And I was walking around going, oh, what's that? And yeah, walking around with the catfish hanging off my backside. Did a little bit of strimming down here yesterday afternoon, just for the last bit of petrol that I had left. Just to feed the grass carp in there, really. It's quite a lot to do. I think in the next video maybe I'll show you my... Oh, what? That's a bullfrog. Yeah, flipping heart attack. Yeah, I might show you my turmeric next time. I'm quite proud of that.